My name is Keri. I'm a life coach and I have my own coaching business, which is Keri Life Coaching. Pretty simple. And I'm located in Phoenix, but of course, we know we can do this wherever we're at, which I do a lot, so it's because I travel a lot. And I've been a life coach since I graduated from the Institute. I started my own life coaching business. In the early 90s, because I was working for a big corporation in Chicago, and they brought in high performing organizations. So I was assigned to be a team leader, and they sent us to all this training to be a team leader and leadership development and things like that. And so I loved that idea of, instead of a manager telling an employee what to do, that you're actually helping them and guiding them to figure out the answers for themselves. And so I think it started there. And then in the late 90s, I went back to school and got my master's in organization development, and coaching was a part of that, executive coaching. And so it's just kind of led up to there. And then I've lived in a couple of different countries other than the United States and did some training and development and leadership and team building workshops and things like that. And when I moved to Phoenix about 7 years ago, I joined the International Coaching Federation and the Organization Development Network here, and just to see what I wanted to do. Did I want to be more strategic, big picture, with organization development, or did I want to do more one-on-one coaching? So I volunteered for a couple of projects with both organizations, and that's when I decided I like the one-on-one. And then I realized I wasn't really coaching, I was more advising and consulting. And so I was referred by ICF, International Coaching Federation, to investigate a couple of different coaching certification programs, one of which is the Institute for Integrative Intelligence. And I am so happy that I did that and started my own life coaching business. Learning how to be a coach, asking thoughtful and insightful questions. And first of all, what coaching is and coaching isn't. And the materials that the Institute provided, not only the written materials, hands-on, um, practice with questions that the ICF, International Coaching Federation, uses. Um, and also learning how to integrate our personal and professional lives, our whole person, which is what my life coaching business is about. And I'm like, it was the perfect fit for what I wanted to do as a life coach. I finally feel like my purpose and passion are aligned, and I'm using my favorite way to bring those together. My passion is helping people be their best selves. This is my tagline, I'm at my best when I'm helping others be their best. And then my purpose is to create a more peaceful, friendlier world to be in. I know it sounds like Miss America. I just want peace in the world. But it's true. Like I said, I've lived abroad. I've lived in a couple different other countries, and I know what I do cuts across all nationalities, all countries, religions, whatever. And so it's bringing that passion and my purpose together in the favorite way that I like to do that. I would first recommend joining the International Coaching Federation if there's a chapter in your area, and joining it anyway, just to really understand what coaching is. And then, um, and then like what I did was I asked for references to coaching programs, um, and talk to several of them and see what fits best for you, just like I did with Laurel. Just looking through the program and then actually speaking to her about it was that the institute itself, the information, Laurel, all of it just cemented what I was trying to do. So yeah, join ICF first, because as we know, the Institute for Integrative Intelligence is ICF approved. And so, yeah, go to ICF first, make sure, if the shoe fits, do it, and then do it with the Institute for Integrative Intelligence. Positivity. Part of my coaching with a company is teaching people how to be mindful and turn our thoughts, neuroplasticity, rewiring our brains from negative to positive. And when I went through that, I did it for myself. So the full self-awareness about that. And I've, as an alumni of the Institute, I've sat on many of Laurel's webinars, and one of them was about mindfulness. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this aligns with what I do for this organization I work for. And so, yeah, it's just when as a coach, when I learn something that works for me out of all the years and experiences I've had, I want to share it. And I want other people to grow from it and learn from it and have the same or similar experience, that positive experience that I personally had. When I moved to Phoenix, I was just newly divorced and was getting a real handle on my finances. And so I just really wanted to make sure I was investing well. Once I knew this was it, and this was the program I wanted to join, um, it didn't take me long to decide, yeah, let's do this. And um, I I haven't looked back. That was one of the best decisions I could have made, and I'm very happy that I did it. Contact Laurel Elders, who created and designed and um, runs the Institute for Integrative Intelligence. Call her, talk to her, or probably anybody in that works for Laurel. But she's, as you know, she's awesome. And so that I just remember that conversation was the best conversation I had. It made me go, yeah, okay, let's do it. Yeah, a couple things. So I get most of my clients through this organization called Find Your When. You can look findyourwen.com. So there's a little bit of, like I said, mindfulness teaching along with coaching. And so it just brings both of those aspects together for me that are both so important to me. Um, and then um, I also, like I said, I started my own life coaching business about 4 years ago. And when I do it on my own like that, depending on the presenting issue, right? A lot of times, I also like to share the personal preferences from the Myers-Briggs type indicator dichotomies, because I've been trained and certified in the United States, in Canada, and Singapore, and um, it's for me, it's a simple assessment that I can share, that helps people understand their natural preferences, where they get their energy. Is it more inward or outward? How they see things. Is it more big picture, future oriented, all possibilities, or is it more learning through your senses, your five senses, touch it, feel it, smell it in the moment, and very sequential? And again, these are preferences. We start with the preference, but that doesn't, I mean, it, uh, we do both. It's just, where do we start? And what's our natural tendencies? And how does that impact our relationships with people and the work we do? The third dichotomy is how we make our decisions, either thinking with logic and analysis and stepping out of the situation to look at it principled, the same principle across all situations? Or is it more feeling? Is it more stepping into the situation and more situational and appreciating what's happening with the person and stepping in and empathizing very easily? And then finally, the last dichotomy is how we adapt and live our lives according to these other preferences. So, are we more open-ended, go with the flow, last minute? It's more about the process, so things might change until the last minute. Or is it more organized, planful, structured, wants to make a decision, check it off, and move it along? Again, we do both. It's just, where do we start? And needing to know how to, if we need to um, do things a little bit differently than our natural preference, how can we do that? And it's a great tool. Like I said, it's I've used it in 3 different countries. It cuts across nationalities, religions, uh, everything. Um, and so just, it's like starting at your core. Like, who are you at your core, and why do you do what you do? And then, so it's very simple with those 4 dichotomies, and then you can go out and make it more situational according to what the person's needs are.